Hey everybody, and welcome to this quick tutorial on recording your virtual conference presentation. This tutorial is going to show you how to do that on a Windows machine using PowerPoint. We do have some separate tutorials set aside for Mac users and those who wish to try this using the Zoom platform as opposed to PowerPoint. So check those videos out as well. But let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing we'll do is open up our PowerPoint presentation. Of course, in my case, this is a sample slideshow, but in your case, this would be the actual presentation that you were giving for the conference. So after your slideshow is perfect, your slides are in the right order, they're populated with the correct content, and you're ready to record. What you do then is you go over to the slideshow tab here across the top menu bar, and you're going to click on Record Slideshow. And when you do that, it's going to bring you into this settings menu. And don't worry, you're not recording yet. This is just a menu to check out your settings. So most notable here in the top right corner is a little settings drop down where you can ensure that you've got the correct microphone selected. If you're using a USB microphone especially, you want to make sure that that's selected, as well as the correct camera. And of course, in my case, I see myself pictured down here. The appropriate microphone is selected, so I'm ready to record. Also on this menu, you've got some markup colors down here, as well as some different markup tools you can use, including an eraser. Those markings will show on the final recording, so feel free to use those if you'd like. You can also turn your camera off if you don't want to be seen. That's totally fine. Just go ahead and click that camera button down there, and that'll turn your camera on and off. But for me, I'm ready to record, so I'm going to go up here to the top left and click this recording button. It'll give me a 3-second countdown, and then I can start recording the presentation just as I would as if I was in front of a room full of people. Okay, and here we are, we're recording. You can see by the little red dot here in the top left corner of my screen. So now I'm just going to deliver this presentation. I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next slide. Here I am on the first sample slide. I will note that it's best to not speak during slide transitions. PowerPoint does not do a very good job of carrying audio through the transition time. So you really want to speak about a slide, pause, advance the slide, and then continue speaking like this. Okay, and now I'll continue speaking on slide 2, and I'll transition to the next slide. And now my presentation's over. So when I've finished with my conclusion, I'll go ahead up here to the top left corner and click the stop button, and that will stop the recording. Perfect. So now when I can exit out of here and go back to my main slideshow view, and I can see that I've got both audio and video embedded in each one of these slides, which is great. And I actually can drag around the video if I want to place myself somewhere else, or if I have an important graphic that I want to navigate around, I can do that. And to check this out, you just, again, on the slideshow tab up here, you just click play from beginning, and it'll play back your recording for you with the video recordings, the audio recordings, as well as your slide transition timing. So let's go ahead and check that out just for the first few seconds to see that transition. Okay, and here we are, we're recording. You can see by the little red dot here in the top left corner of my screen. So now I'm just going to deliver this presentation. I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next slide. Here I am on the first. Okay, there you go. I won't make you watch the rewatch the whole thing, but you can clearly see that we have what we need here. This is still a PowerPoint file, so when you save this, which I would recommend that you do, go ahead and save it. That's going to save as a PowerPoint file, which is not ultimately what we want. What we want is an MP4 file, which is going to play back like a video. And it's very easy to do within PowerPoint. All you do is when you finish with your recordings, oh, I should mention, I'm sorry, briefly to back up, to re-record, there's a drop-down menu under the Record Slideshow button, and that gives you some clearing options, so you can clear your timings and narrations either on current slides or all slides. So it gives you the ability to edit your work until you have the end result that you're looking for. But for all intents and purposes, I'm happy with this, and I want to go ahead and export it to an MP4 file. Very simple. Go to File, and then we'll click the Export button, and then we'll click Create a Video. This gives us some options here. These are file size and quality options. There's definitely no need to export at 4K Ultra HD. I think HD at 720p is most likely going to be just fine quality wise. Do know that the higher the quality, the longer your export time. So it'll probably be a little bit of play on your end to figure out what the best balance is between presentation quality and a realistic export time. For my case, I'm going to go ahead and do this in standard just so that it exports really quickly so that you can see the end result. So I'll go ahead and select that. And then the other thing we want to do is make sure that we have use recorded timings and narrations selected in this drop down here. Everything looks good though, so we'll click Create Video. And then it's going to ask us where we want to save it to. I'll save it here. We'll just call it Presentation 1, Save As Type, MPEG-4 Video, and that's exactly right. So we'll click Save. And then we'll see this little loading bar here. It's important that we wait until this finishes. Depending upon your export quality and the length of your presentation, this could take a while. So just be patient. Make sure you give yourself enough time to step away from your computer while it's exporting. And be sure to not close PowerPoint until the export is complete. So once this wraps up, we'll navigate to the file location and check out the video. Okay, good deal, video's done. So now I'm going to go to the save location, and there it is. So let's check it out. Okay, and here we are, we're recording. You can see by the little red dot here in the top left corner of my screen. So now I'm just going to deliver this presentation. I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next slide. Here I am on the first sample slide. I will note that it's best to not speak. And there you go. You can see that I've got a copy of my presentation recording in an MP4 file, which is exactly what we want for submission to the virtual conference. Thanks everybody. That's all I've got for you in this tutorial. Here's my contact information. My name is Keegan. I work with Avex Audiovisual. My email address is kb@goavex.com, and my number is 336-734-9289. So if you've got any questions throughout this process or you're having trouble, feel free to ping me over email or give me a call, and I'm happy to help out wherever I can. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you later.